was a free-for-all. It was a time when the poor could equal the wealth of the born aristocrats. It was a time when people came from all over the world searching for their wealth. Everybody knew there was gold in our red soil. They just had to find it. But it was also a dangerous time. There were few laws, convicts, bushrangers, and families seeking that little nugget that could set them up for life. Sometimes they got lucky and other times, well. But you know what? It all started right here.
It all started in 1851, the rush for gold. It was a time that transformed Australia, a time that many have forgotten. But the legacy continues with the opening of the Gold Trails, a journey across New South Wales where visitors are transported back in time. The Gold Trails span central and southwestern New South Wales, where Australia's gold rush began, bringing to life the riots, riches and ruins. Travel the goldfields landscapes on the back roads and byways, which were once home to both gold seekers and bushrangers looking to turn a profit. Visit for a weekend or explore for weeks at a time.
Experience the local hospitality, but then get out and maybe pan for gold, have a bit of a look at some of the places where the bushrangers haunted, where miners would actually, sleep and live. A lot of the buildings are still intact from way back in the 1860s. Here's a reason to get out in the country and explore.
The Trails celebrates the unique heritage of New South Wales, when thousands of prospectors and miners flocked to these sites, desperate for gold. Towns emerged overnight. This golden heritage vein underpins the story of nearly every major town and village across these trails. Every goldfield has its own trail to follow.
The ruggedness of the natural environment mixed with the unique, authentic built heritage is very special. Hill End is the only gazetted historic site with a living community. So when you wander through the village, there are people that actually live here as well.
Bathurst Goldfields is a recreation museum of the 1850s gold rush. We're a very hands-on museum, so when the children come here, they don't just look and see, they get involved. So it's a great family time as well.
On top of establishing many thriving townships, the era was also fraught with danger, fuelled by greed and lawless, corrupt societies.
Our Wild West is wilder than any American West. When the gold rush started here, Europeans came in there, thousands, but with them came the Chinese. There were several riots. It was mainly the Europeans objecting to the Chinese. They really didn't want them on the field. But the biggest riot was on the 30th of June, 1861, when around 2,000 to 3,000 miners attacked around 500 or 600 Chinese at a place called Blackguard Gully.
The brutal battle spread and became known as the Lambing Flats riots. These gardens in Young, a symbol of peace and reconciliation between the Chinese and Australia. But it wasn't just battles on the goldfields. Some of the wildest bushrangers include Ben Hall, the charismatic Frank Gardner, and the devilish Johnny Gilbert.
He has the dubious honour of having the most crimes committed by one individual in Australia's history, 630, thank you very much.
Over 6 festivals paying tribute to this era are held across the Gold Trail regions every year. These community events celebrate the lives, sights and sounds of the time. Reenactments, performances, stalls and exhibitions all adding to the drama. While gold fever may have subsided, mining is still a large part of Australia's landscape. Fortnightly bus-operated tours are offered of the modern open-cut Barrack Cowal gold mine, a tour also incorporating aspects of the European and Aboriginal history of the Bland Shire, West Wyalong. Whether you're venturing out on a weekend trip or digging deep into the goldfields experience, the vast sights and beauty of the Gold Trails will spellbind you. Every town has its own echoes, every person a tale to share. Design your own Gold Trails adventure. Visit goldtrails.com.au, where you can also download the smartphone pocket guide.